She say, "What's wrong with you? Tell me why you acting so tough. Tell me why you didn't even show up. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know I'm just saying, little baby. I don't know why that bitch so low like that. Like I said, the fuck something going on with the Wi-Fi? The hell going on? Brother. What the hell? What's going on right now? This shit doing too much. That's what I mean. You have a number, why you ain't leaving, bleeding? Ain't controlling my tempers, all over me like me. Said I'll be gone November. This song can be so simple. You know, she keep asking me why I'm so. She keep asking me why I'm so angry. I tell her, I tell you, I'm so angry. I tell you, just turn it back on me and love me scarred. Turn it back on me that hurt my heart. Going against when I was, you got me scared for my life. I'm loving you and wrong. I don't wanna be my heart breaking all the rules tonight. Breaking all the rules. I'm breaking all the rules. Oh shit! Would I have my charger? Bro, I don't think I got my charger, brother. Oh no, that's gonna be bad business if I don't got my charger. Oh no, do I got my charger? I really don't know. I was like, I think I do, but I ain't sure for real. I'm breaking all the rules tonight, breaking all the rules. I'm breaking all the rules. Yeah. All right, y'all. Before we get into it, though, this what we gonna get it, bro. We are. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. We taking a little dive. We on some other shit today. I on tonight. I don't know what we on tonight. Um, I'm gonna start off this screen by saying if you work for Amazon, UPS, FedEx, the post office, any of those, especially Amazon, and anybody tied that got ties with those type of people. If you are a driver for those places, be very careful on what's going on within the next few months. Um, Now for some people it's fine. You know, you I guess you need a job. You ain't really got nowhere to get no other income or uh that is kind of your source of income or whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. I'm not talking to you, but for those people who um can kind of make it happen in certain ways or trust your life um or value more things in your life than just the minimum or whatever that's important to you, then this is for you. Um and some people may not take this as a big 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 problem what I'm about to say or anything threatening, but you should. Amazon has nothing but, and I don't know what idea they came from this with. I don't know what the fuck they're doing or what direction they trying to go in or whatever the case is. But they are taking away all of their gas, diesel, hybrid vehicles and replacing them with EVs. Now, for some, like I said, that's not an issue to you. You don't, you think nothing lightly of it. I'm not talking, but for the people who, like I said, actually value their life with importance, um, I really can't like. I really don't want to like y'all know, man. Got to talk around and shit. I really ain't. If you can catch my drift, um, I will be looking. I will be looking into doing things more different for a future career. Um, because things starting to take a strange slight turn. Um, and you don't want to be test subjects for these certain things. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So my drivers, for my drivers, things is going to get very strange within these next couple months, especially for Amazon drivers. Amazon drivers, things is going to get very strange looking. Um, so take that with a grain of salt. Now that we got that off, we shall continue on what we got going on today. I'm on some. I'm on some trying to cover some hidden secret type shit. I'm on that type move. I can't tell you why I can't really say too much on it, but that's just how I'm feeling today. So we gonna scroll down that lane. And let me type it in before I forget. Okay, so apparently this is off 10 months ago. This was this woman right here on this picture to the right on this picture right here. That last one to the right, all the way to the right. She just she just was found unalive. And see, I don't really. I need to get. Nothing secret, several details. So I guess this just was a thing. What last this year? This I guess this was a thing this year. So I'm guessing. So I'm guessing these is one of these things where you got to do a deep dive into. Yeah, so I guess these one of those things where they want you to try to play the deep dive game. I see what's going on. I see exactly what's going on. And unfortunately, y'all, we ain't got I don't wanna. That's something we gonna have to do on another date. I see they on some. I ain't know that. I'm on some other shit. Nah, I don't want to hear no lies, bro. I want to hear some real shit. I don't want to hear no lies. I don't want to hear no lies. Judge Judy is old, boy. All right, yeah, y'all. So apparently that's not going to. Apparently we're gonna have to do a deeper dive than we're gonna have to do a deeper dive than what we seem to be having to do. So yeah, we're gonna have to. I guess that's gonna be something we're gonna have to do on a later date. Um, but that's crazy. I typed in this, and this is the first thing that pops up, which is very crazy to me.
the connections begin to float to the surface, and the coincidences stop looking like coincidences. These incidents did not happen over the course of many years. They happened throughout 2025 and into the early months of 2026. Today, we are going to start to talk about 10 people. 3 are currently missing, the rest are dead. And the deeper you dig, the stranger it gets. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me for another true crime video. I am excited to talk to you about this topic today because in some loose way I've been tracking these cases and putting these pieces together without even knowing I was putting pieces together. And I've been doing this since late December of 2025. But before we dive into that world, let's have a word from the sponsor of today's video. This video is sponsored by June's Journey and good subject cameras, vintage vibe, and complete get when you held them are together from stage. But let's be honest, it feels like it was now that scripture sort of at a loss at this point. There's some weird stuff happening in the world, and there's probably always been weird stuff happening in the world. We just haven't been privy to it. So between what we're going to talk about today and what we've been talking about with Jeffrey Epstein, I feel like something's going to happen. Things are about to go down. We are going to see a lot of things changing. The world we live in changing, at least to our perception. And maybe we'll figure out that it's always been this way. We just have been living in a non-reality at this point. But the people I talked about in the intro of this video, they are connected through multiple things. They're connected through geographic clusters in the United States where military, aerospace intelligence, and advanced research activities are heavily concentrated and interconnected. A networked ecosystem of military bases, labs, contractors, and universities that all feed into each other. These people all worked in fields that focused on things like space systems, weapons development, nuclear energy, advanced materials, surveillance, classified programs. And what happened to all of these people got various levels of news coverage as the time went on. Surface level explanations of what the cases were, nothing that went too deep, and always saying like, hey, we don't really know what happened here, but we're still investigating. Until the disappearance of General William Neal McCasland on February 27, 2026, when major news networks began reporting on his case, as well as its potential connections to some of the other cases. News Nation's Russ Coulthart has called McCasland's disappearance a grave national security crisis for the United States of America, because McCasland is, quote, a man with some of the most sensitive secrets of the United States in his head, end quote. So, it is with the disappearance of General William McCasland that we will start. On the morning of February 27th, 2026, sometime after 10 a.m., 67-year-old William Neal McCasland left his home in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and apparently set out on foot, leaving behind his prescription glasses, cell phone, and wearable devices. His wife, Susan, returned home from an appointment around noon, and she reported him missing at 3:07 p.m. Now, the only things that Susan could identify as being missing from the home that she shared with her husband was his wallet, his hiking boots, and a .38 caliber revolver with a leather holster. Now, it has been reported that McCasland is an experienced hiker and an avid outdoorsman, and he lives at 1701 Quail Run Court, a cul-de-sac in Sandia Heights. In this photo, you can see that the foothills of the Cibola National Forest were basically in his backyard, and McCasland was known for enjoying hiking and cycling in the Sandia Mountains, which is located in that area behind his home. Law enforcement in this case, they did the things that they usually did. They looked for him. They asked neighbors to submit any security camera footage they had of the time period where McCasland was believed to have left home. They asked anyone who was in the Sandia Mountains on February 27th or 28th to check their GoPro and camera footage, and they created a dedicated evidence portal where users could upload their videos and pictures. Investigators have canvassed more than 700 homes and have searched a vast stretch of terrain using dogs, drones, ground teams, and helicopters. The police also issued a silver alert, citing concern for McCaslin's safety due to his medical issues. Now, this is weird, and I'm not the only one who thought it was weird. A lot of people, including Ross Coulthart, have said this is weird. Why did they do this? So, in New Mexico, the criteria for a silver alert applies to someone who is over the age of 50, and they have to have a clear indication that the individual has an irreversible deterioration of intellectual faculties. That's not something I made up. I'm going to put it up on the screen. You'll be able to see that is the criteria for a silver alert in New Mexico. And this is odd considering who General William McCaslin is and was, and the fact that he was an incredibly intelligent and active man who had just gone on a 60-mile bike ride the week before he vanished into thin air. So during a news conference on March 16th, law enforcement said the silver alert remained in effect, and it had been issued because McCaslin previously reported that he was experiencing a mental fog. But Lieutenant Kyle Woods of the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office made sure to clarify that investigators did not believe McCaslin was cognitively impaired at the time of his disappearance.
I'll clarify it with this. There's no indication, and we are not putting forward, that Mr. McCaslin was disoriented, confused. Arguably, he would still be the most intelligent person in the room that any of us would be in. Highly intelligent, highly capable, but that information was given to us early on, and out of an abundance of caution, we escalated to a silver alert to try to garner as much public attention as possible to try to help locate him as soon as possible.
And yeah, that is just odd to me. It's off because, as I said, a silver alert goes out when the person has an irreversible deterioration of intellectual faculties. And so somebody, most likely General McCaslin's wife, Susan, had told the police that McCaslin had a mental fog months before he went missing. And I just don't know if that would qualify for that. I don't know if having a mental fog or saying you had a mental fog months before you disappeared would qualify as your mental state or your faculties deteriorating irreversibly.
No, but that's what they gonna say it. That's what they gonna claim though, but they ain't got nothing to do with it. But that's what they gonna claim anyway.
I mean, I
don't know. This is all. This is all allegedly.
had a mental fog yesterday, and I'll probably have
And don't listen to nothing I say. Don't take nothing I say serious.
another one tomorrow, maybe even later today. But let's listen to Susan McCaslin's call to 911 when she reported her husband missing. And she'll introduce herself with a different last name. That would be her maiden name. And I don't know if she changed her name when she got married or if she kept her maiden name, but I'm just calling her Susan McCaslin so you understand that I'm referring to Susan, General McCaslin's wife.
Hi, April. My name is Susan Wilkerson. My husband is missing.
Okay.
And it's been about 3 hours, and I have some indication that he must have planned not to be found. He's left his phone. He changed his clothes into I don't know what. I think he's on foot. All of our cars and bicycles are in the garage. I left for a doctor's appointment at about 11:10, and he was here at that time at the house. And I got back from that at noon, and he was gone. He turned it off and left it behind, which seems kind of deliberate because he's always got his phone. He has a smartwatch. I don't know if that's with him or not.
Has he ever done this before?
Never. Nothing even remotely like it. He's a retired Air Force Major General. He's very responsible, but he's also facing some medical issues.
Do you have any video at your home?
No.
Has he been diagnosed with any mental disorders or anything like that?
Well, we've been seeing a doc for both physical and mental in terms of anxiety, short-term memory loss, lack of sleep. The same doc I went to see today.
Does he carry any weapons on him?
Well, not generally. He does have a gun safe, and I went to look in the gun safe to see if anything was missing, but I couldn't tell if anything was. He has quite a number of pistols and rifles. Other than saying if his brain and body keep deteriorating, he didn't want to live like that. But it seemed to me that was just a, man, I hate how this is going kind of thing, because I told him, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay. We're going to send some deputies up to talk to you, see if we can search a little bit and see what's going on, okay?
Sure.
Susan said it seemed deliberate, right? Her husband leaving, walking away from the house on foot, leaving behind any of his devices that could help locate him. This must have been something he planned to do, and he planned to not be found. Now, Susan also does suggest that maybe McCasland had been depressed because of his brain fog and mental deterioration, but she also says that she doesn't think that he took his own life. It was more of a regular, like, hey, I'm aging, this sucks, I don't like this, especially for somebody like McCasland, who, as we'll come to find, you know, he was very intelligent, brilliant, illustrious career. So yeah, I could see somebody like that having a hard time getting older and dealing with just the regular cognitive decline that comes along with that. And even if General McCasland was like, oh, I've got some anxiety and brain fog, I want to end it all, which why would he do that? But even if he wanted to do that, wouldn't he still wear his prescription glasses to get to the place that he planned to go in order to end it all? I wear prescription glasses, and it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, I can't read without my glasses. It's like, I'm probably not going to go hiking in the wilderness, in the mountains, in the forest without my glasses because I need to see things, right? So that just, it doesn't make any sense, all right? And I believe at this point, law enforcement has said, hey, we don't think that General McCasland took his own life or intended to harm himself. Like, as far as our investigation has brought us, we have not found any sign of that. It was also reported that McCasland had a second home in Pagosa Springs, Colorado, about 35 miles north of the New Mexico border and 200 miles from his New Mexico home. It was also reported that McCasland had a second home in Pagosa Springs, Colorado, about 35 miles north of the New Mexico border and 200 miles from his New Mexico home. So I guess police were like, well, maybe he went there to hide out, whatever. Obviously, he couldn't walk there on foot. He could, but not anytime soon. You know, it'd take him a long time. So the investigators did search there, and then they reported that they found hiking boots. And I'm not sure why they told us that, because if I had two homes and I liked hiking, and both of my homes were located in places where there might be mountains to hike in, I might have two pairs of hiking boots. You know, like if I had a second home, I can afford to have a second pair of hiking boots. But they did. They told us, oh, we found hiking boots at his home. Not the same hiking boots, just hiking boots. So on March 7th, 8 days after he disappeared, a gray U.S. Air Force sweatshirt was found a little over a mile from McCasland's home. Now, this sweatshirt, it's reported constantly when you read the story, but it hasn't even been confirmed to belong to General William McCasland. Yes, he was in the Air Force, but there's no proof or sign that it's his sweatshirt. Outside of that, there has literally been no trace of this man, even though law enforcement has used every search method and tool at their disposal. So why would the disappearance of a retired U.S. Air Force general potentially pose a serious threat to our country's national security? Well, to tell you that, we have to know who William McCasland is and what he's done throughout his very exciting and illustrious life. William McCasland grew up in an Air Force family, the son of Lieutenant William H. McCasland and Robin McCasland. And when he was young, his father was killed in a flying accident, and his mother remarried Lieutenant William R. Casey, another airman. So McCasland attended the United States Air Force Academy. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in astronautical engineering in 1979. He went on to receive a full scholarship from the Hertz Foundation, and he got his master's degree in aeronautical engineering in 1980. After this, McCasland served in the Payload Systems Division with the Secretary of the Air Force of Special Projects at Los Angeles Air Force Base. So I said a lot of things there. And I didn't know what any of it meant, so I obviously had to look into it. So, the Secretary of the Air Force Special Projects was actually a highly classified division of the Air Force, responsible for top secret space and reconnaissance programs. Understand, this is not standard Air Force work. This is what they call deep black program territory. So, in the US military and the intelligence world, programs fall into a few different categories. Unclassified, meaning, everyone knows. Classified, meaning it's not public knowledge, kept secret, but, the government will still acknowledge it exists if they need to. And then black programs, which are super secret and not publicly acknowledged at all. We're talking advanced weapons systems, experimental aerospace projects, who knows what else. Access to these projects is limited to people with the top secret clearance and who are special access program approved. So we can use context to figure out what kind of super secret stuff William McCasland was working on. He worked in the payload systems division, which you see a lot in like military and government terms, payload. And I had no idea what that meant. It sounds like the most boring word ever. But it basically means he was working on the part of satellites that collect information and do missions. And he was doing this at Los Angeles Air Force.
Satellites, eh? Hmm. Hmm. Satellites, eh? Hmm. Starlink is a global satellite internet constellation operated by SpaceX. Okay, that's nice to know.
Space, which is a space and acquisition hub, which is now home to Space Systems Command. Now, historically, the Los Angeles Air Force Base was the center of satellite development, defense contractor coordination with companies like Lockheed Martin and Boeing, and classified space programs. Given all of that, it is very likely that McCasland was working on highly classified satellite programs tied to intelligence collection and or national security infrastructure. And that was just in the early 1980s, because in 1985, McCasland returned to MIT to complete a doctorate in astronautical engineering, where his dissertation was about making complex, flexible aerospace systems smart enough to stabilize themselves and keep working, even if parts of the systems break off or fall apart. So his thesis advisor was Richard Batten. Richard Batten is a legendary aerospace engineer at MIT, best known for helping design the guidance system that got astronauts to the moon during the Apollo program. And if you don't remember, because it's been such a long time, that was back in the 70s. So after this, General McCasland returned to the Los Angeles Air Force Base as an assistant director of the Office of Special Projects. This means he was working inside a top secret Air Force office that handled advanced space and surveillance systems, not just working, but leading major projects, managing teams, and overseeing development. He was involved in the early development of spy satellites, so systems that take images from space, intercept signals, and track activity globally. In 1992, McCasland moved to Buckley Air Force Base in Colorado, where he served as the director of mission planning for the Aerospace Data Facility. Buckley is a major hub for satellites.
Oh, we about to have a lot of YouTube pages up. Oh, we about to have a lot of YouTube pages up. Oh, we about to have a lot of YouTube pages. I'm just trying to get you to understand what it's going. That's all. I'm just trying to get you to understand what it's going. What they say? What the summary say? Deep beneath Colorado's granite, this facility houses 600 people with self-sustaining water, power, and food. Where is this at? Deep beneath Colorado's granite. What he? What she just said? What she just said?
Planning for the Air Force Base in Colorado, where he served.
Hold on, what this is? What's really hiding under?
Driving south to Colorado Springs, it looms in the distance. One of the most famous military bases in the world, Cheyenne Mountain. 1 mile inside the granite, 2,000 feet down from the top, it is a giant command and control center that has kept America safe for 50 years. Inside the mountain are 15 2- and 3-story buildings. They are freestanding but connected by hallways and ramps. There is also a service area to keep the complex running. And even reservoirs, yes, underground lakes. You get inside by driving through a 2-mile tunnel. And when you get to the middle, you see the doors.
Don't ask me how I know this, by the way.
2 famous blast doors that have kept the facility safe when they're closed. The door to this building weighs 25 tons and runs on hydraulics. It's usually open all the time, but if it is closed, oh, then there's a problem.
I mean, obviously, Cheyenne Mountain was built to survive and endure through a nuclear event, and all of us hope that never happens.
The buildings behind those doors were built on 1,300 giant springs.
What did my man specify in? Hey, I don't know nothing though. Hey, bro, I don't even know what she talking about. I don't even know what she talking about.
Served as the director of mission planning for the Aerospace Data Facility. Buckley is a major hub for satellite operations, intelligence gathering, and space-based surveillance. And the ADF is a ground station that receives data from satellites in space. So at this point, General McCaslin wasn't just collecting data, he was deciding what the satellites should focus on, when they should collect data, how to prioritize different targets, etc. So this moved McCaslin from building the satellite systems to using them. He then took a break from this job to attend Air War College at Maxfield Air Force Base, a place for people being groomed for top leadership roles who would be trained on things like.
And with that being said, we're gonna take our first drink. Y'all tap that. Y'all tap that. Tap that. Tap that. All right, cool. Tap that. All right, cool. We all in. All right, cool. We all in. Whew.
Military planning, strategy, global conflict, national security. He also went to the Defense Systems Management College where he learned how to manage large and complex defense programs with budgets of billions of dollars while working with contractors and overseeing classified projects. And he's going to need that information. He's going to need that education and knowledge later on in life. He then returned to Buckley where he was put in command of the Aerospace Data Facility. So to put it simply, McCaslin was pulled out of his job at the Aerospace Data Facility. He was trained at elite military schools to become a senior leader in charge of very classified secret information, and then he returned to take command of a unit responsible for operating U.S. spy satellite systems. By 1997, McCaslin was back at Los Angeles Air Force Base, where he spent the next 3 years as the chief engineer of the Navstar GPS Joint Program Office. So basically, Navstar, it's like GPS stuff for military, but also for the private sector, like what our phones use to, get us from place to place. In 2000, McCaslin took control of the Space-Based Laser Project Office.
You got to pay attention to all this shit. You gotta make this shit make sense when you think about it.
Meaning he became the person in charge of a program trying to build lasers in space for military
It wasn't just one program. So you thinking one.
use. Now, a space-based laser, I didn't even know we had those. I'm very behind, but we do. It's a laser weapon placed on a satellite designed to track and potentially destroy targets, especially
Ben had those.
missiles shortly after launch. So if another country sends a missile towards us, we've got these lasers on satellites. Apparently, they can take them out. In 2001, McCaslin moved to Kirtland Air Force Base in New Mexico, where he was appointed commander of the Phillips Research Center. Remember this. So Kirtland is a major Air Force research facility that develops advanced space technology. At this site, McCaslin worked on a lot of things: spacecraft technology,
Oh, I'm
laser
sure.
systems again, and advanced materials. Advanced materials, put a pin in that. In 2005, McCaslin was back at the Los Angeles Air Force Base, now the vice commander of the Space and Missile Systems Center. And 2 years later, he was made the director of space acquisition at the Pentagon. So now he's at the Pentagon, okay? Pretty high up Department of Defense stuff. In this role, McCaslin helped decide what space systems get built, which companies build them, like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and how a budget consisting of billions of dollars would be spent. In 2009, McCaslin moved into the Office of the Secretary of Defense and became Director of Special Programs, the most sensitive, classified programs in the US government. I think they call them SAPs, like Special Access Programs. But when you hear people say SAPs or SAP or something like that, that's what they're talking about: Special Access Programs or Special Programs. We're talking advanced weapons that 99.9999999% of people will never get to know about. And even less people will get to know everything about them, because I've come to find that in these special access programs, when you're dealing with such classified information, not one person is going to have all the information for everything about the program. They're going to have like everybody sort of split up, and this guy knows this, and this guy knows this, and this girl knows that. And then when they come together,
Nah, ain't no coming together. They don't even want you to talk about it amongst each other. They don't even want you to talk about it amongst. They don't even want you. They don't even want you to do too much talking. Damn, I've been beside this motherfucker for 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks for 12 hours a day, and you don't want me to. You don't want us to talk about it. Wait a minute. You know what I mean?
and like give their reports to
Yo, this shit gets strange, bro. This shit gets strange when you know the details.
whoever is reading the reports, then all the information comes together. But very, very, very few people are going to see the full picture. We're also talking experimental technology that the mind cannot even perceive is actually being researched and created there. These special access programs, like weapons that you would maybe see in, futuristic movies, but you'd think, oh, we'll never have that. We probably already do. He also became executive secretary for the Special Access Program Oversight Committee, with full purview of all America's most sensitive and secretive knowledge, capabilities, and programs. In May of 2011, General McCaslin left the Pentagon for his final posting, assuming command of the Air Force Research Lab at Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio, where he was in charge of multi-billion-dollar budgets for research into advanced and often classified materials, science, and future weapons research across one of the largest scientific centers in the Department of Defense, the Air Force Research Lab. We're going to talk about that a lot. So McCaslin oversaw billions of dollars in research in advanced materials, sensors, directed energy, aka lasers, space systems, and future weapons. Now, this
AKA Starlink.
specific Air Force Base, right, Patterson, it also has ties to aliens, extraterrestrials, a topic that has been in the news a lot as of late. Don't roll your eyes or turn off the video. I'm going somewhere with this. You're just going to have to trust me. Stay with me here. So in 1947, something crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. We all
Heard about this before.
know about this. At first, the military said it was a flying disc, and everyone was like, what? And then they quickly changed their story, and they said, no, our bad, we were wrong. It's a weather balloon. It's always a weather balloon.
Sound familiar, don't it? Sound familiar, don't it? Oh, that don't sound familiar to you. No, not at all. Okay, let me help you. Nah, I don't think it sounds familiar enough to you.
U.S. fighter jets shooting down that suspected Chinese spy balloon today. This was off the coast of South Carolina. The Chinese surveillance craft actually hovered over parts of the U.S. over the past week. The president saying today he ordered the takedown back on Wednesday, but military officials wanted a safe location, they say, to take action. Michael George now with more on that event today.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yo, eh, yo.
Said, quote, in actuality, the U.S. and China have never announced any visit. The U.S. making any such announcement is their own business, and we respect that. Michael George, CBS News.
And with all of this, about 20 miles from Charlotte, North Carolina, the town of Gastonia, the police there tell us they urge locals not to fire weapons into the air in efforts to take down possibly that balloon.
Now to the suspected Chinese spy on purpose. The U.S. says the balloon flight was a clear violation of international law. Nancy Cordes is at the White House this morning, where officials are defending their response.
Right. So this is the same shit from 4 decades ago. Wait a minute. This is from 4 decades ago. Wait a minute. Except for back then, we don't got no footage of that. We don't got no footage of that. So now here's my question. Weather spy balloon or test run?
Nancy, good morning.
Good morning, David. Yeah, the White House has been strenuously arguing all weekend that waiting to shoot this balloon down was the safest thing for people on the ground.
Hey y'all, we ain't gonna do too much of this video tonight. I just kind of wanted to get into this. I just kind of wanted to, cause I I'm I'm feeling like this. I'm feeling like this. And I just told my ex-wife, bro. I said, we was on the way, and I was talking to her, bro. She like, well, maybe you need to, cause I'm like, I don't know how I feel tonight. I don't know where I want to go with it. So we naming our things like, man, did plenty of that I already did. So now we on the subject. So she like, well, maybe you should just get on there and just talk about this and that and that's is going on. And I had to tell her like, nah, it ain't that easy. It ain't that easy. So we talking, and we come up with a solution. We come up with a solution, and here we are. Here we are. So if you ain't catching it, if you think what I'm doing right now, what I'm trying to show you right now, what's going on top of the homework that she's Listen, if you ain't trying to pay attention to the homework that I'm giving you on top of the homework that we getting from her, then it's okay. I'm not the creator for you, and I understand. I get it. Yeah, listen, I ain't mad. I ain't trust me. I ain't cause listen, I don't know everything. Do I want to know everything? Yes and no. Do I want to act like I know everything? No. I don't care to act like I know everything because I want to know everything. You got to tell me. I got to know. Is it fact? Are we speaking facts? Please enlighten me. I need it. Feed me. I'm hungry. My stomach's so starved that I'm begging for it. No Diddy. Pause. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, bro. I'll tell you, bro. I didn't. Hey, listen. What I'm saying though, if you think I'm just on here, just bullshit, just watching anything, just, just, just watching this shit, just to be watching it, just putting it on, and just staring at the screen, and just trying to make you force you to watch it, and steering you in to spin around and taking you to the wrong direction to the left, and coming back round to the right, and going into the cul-de-sac, and go to the house up the hill and come back from the house up the hill and go down the street and go to the right. You think I'm trying to do all that? It's cool, bro. It's cool. I ain't yo, listen, I ain't mad at you. But all I'm trying to say is it's a lot of shit that's going on. This shit don't need to be taken lightly, bro. It's getting real. If you ain't never understood that this shit getting real than ever before, you gotta understand this now, bro. It's getting real. And it's gonna take as much people as it is that's gonna need to be together, then it's gonna take for everybody to be still on the same bullshit. Oh, I hate going to work because I gotta see that nigger. I hate going over there because man, god damn, they got it crack over there. Yo, listen, man, I hate y'all, man. All these fucking wetbacks and this, that, and the third, and how many landslides do it take to stop a fucking like, you know what I'm saying? All this bullshit. Yo, nah, brother. Nah, brother. It, it's deeper than that. This shit get way deeper than that. Believe it. This shit get way deeper than that.
Now, there were a lot of people who didn't believe the weather balloon story. They believed that the wreckage was an alien spacecraft and that the US military not only recovered a craft that day, but biological material from that crash site. And these recovered materials were transferred from New Mexico to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio for study. Because remember, at the Air Force Base, they have the materials, I think it's called the Materials Directorate or something like that, or directive, but they study and try to replicate advanced materials. So for decades, this story has.
Hey, I ain't here to convince you either. I'm just here to simply state the truth, and not only state the truth, but to simply just understand where everybody else overstand what everybody else is trying to overstand. That's all. That's all. Cause I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious too. I'm curious too. But guess what? When, hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you like this, and I tell y'all this all the time. Y'all know I tell y'all this. If it's above my pay grade, Hey, I ain't fixing to elaborate too much, but listen, if the price range of my numbers, hey, 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 that green look real good, man. That green look real good. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Stayed kind of on the fringe. You know, we talk about it in internet forums. It's labeled a conspiracy theory. Some people are like, maybe, but how could the government lie about it for this long?
And we
But there
pull
is
up. We on
some
shot two.
evidence to
We pull the
support
fuck
all
up.
of this and kind of bring it away from the fringes. First of all, Wright-Patterson did have facilities for analyzing
Pull me the
foreign
fuck
technology and
up.
materials. There are long-standing units whose job it is to take unknown or foreign technology and figure out exactly what it is, how it works, and how to replicate it, how to reverse engineer it, basically. In July of 2023, the U.S. House Oversight Committee held a public hearing on UAPs, right? So unidentified aerial phenomena, which is the same thing as UFOs. We just call it something different now because I guess UFOs got a bad rap. You know, it was like, we don't like UFOs anymore. That sounds kind of cheesy. We're going to call them UAPs now because that's more legitimate. So during the hearing, 3 military veterans testified. David Grush, Ryan Graves, and David Fravor. So David Grush is a former U.S. Air Force major and intelligence officer with the Pentagon's UAP task force, which remember means unidentified aerial phenomena. And he said under oath that the U.S. has operated a multi-decade program to recover and reverse engineer craft of non-human origin. He also claimed that biological material was recovered from Roswell and from other crash sites, and this biological material was not human. He alleged that these programs are hidden from Congress and some are improperly shielded within SAP's special access programs.
Oh,
But as I stand here under oath now, I am speaking to the facts as I've been told them.
Oh, this
In the
the
U.S. Air
dude.
Force, in my
Oh man, y'all remember this shit? I remember this whole little bro. I remember this whole little period right here. They had another dude up there. They was asking him about the shit he saw, and he was saying he kept saying, "I tell you, but I can't tell you on camera." He kept saying that shit. He said that shit 17 million times. I can disclose, but it's just not at this time. Huh? Bitch, I'm asking you now. Bitch, I ain't asking you when this shit end and the cameras go off. Bitch, I want this. No, bitch, we trying to figure this shit out right now. But see, guess what? Everybody on some shit like, oh, they always trying to hide something. This, that, and the third, and oh, they never want to tell the truth. But check this out, right? And I said this, I've been saying this the last couple of days. Bro, if 90% of the world knew the truth, it wouldn't be fiction no more. It wouldn't be no such thing as fiction no more. It wouldn't be no such thing as what they call that shit uh uh basically like a false like a I forget what they call that shit. But it would be none of this um fake play um false narrative. It wouldn't basically what I'm getting at, it wouldn't be nothing to sell no more. So now shit that we was making trillions of dollars off of, that we keep claiming that it's going down. Oh, the bill, the $20, it went down. How so, brother? How so? That's what I asked the motherfucker. I asked the motherfucker that, hey, bro, explain this to me. How so that the bill is going down? Oh well, no, bro. I still don't understand it. Explain deeper. well, damn, bro, you just basically said the same shit that you just told me the first time when I asked you. So I figured out that he didn't even have the answer himself. So I just changed the subject. I just act like I was just agreeing just to change the subject. No, bro, you ain't explaining to me what the fuck you talk. You still talk about some bullshit that you ain't saying right. That don't make sense. So you telling me? So you telling me? Somebody please explain this shit to me so I don't sound dumb, bro. But please explain to me, bro. The cars now is, bro. Back okay, a decade ago, a Honda was say 15, $12,000. Bro, you go now, a Honda is damn near 30, $40,000. So explain to me, and where in that does that scream a dollar bill is going down to you? Please explain that to me. Please explain it. Please, please. Motherfucker try to tell me, oh yeah, because back then you could get a house for $18. This is what motherfucker told me. Oh, back then you could get a house for $18. Now, now you you're spending, you're paying 20, $30,000, bro. That okay. So if that was the case, if money was losing value, I should have been able to get I should have been able. I got it for $18 60 years ago. Now that motherfucker should be $8. But it's not like that. That shit that was $18 ago now it's $1,800. So please tell me in what world is the dollar bill going down? I I just don't I don't get that. I don't get that narrative. I don't, bro. And like I said, I've tried to get this. I've tried to get this explained to me several. That was really the best way that somebody could have tried to explain to me, and I still was looking at him like, bro, that shit don't even make sense to you, brother, because you just said the same shit to me twice. So that shit didn't even make sense to you. So how? Please, I don't know. So, but if anybody come in here or anybody in here that can explain to me how the fuck uh uh the dollar bill is going down, please explain to me. Because if I was worth $3 billion back then, now and stand me if I'm correct, but now $3 million back then is like $20 million now. So so it's that's what I'm trying to say. Explain to me how this shit going down. Explain to me. Oh, we we don't make pennies anymore. We stopped making pennies. We don't make oh we you go in the store now, that's what they say. You say you buy something $20, your change come back, it's 1862. Oh, I don't have the 2 cents, so I'm just gonna have to give you 70 cents, or are you fine with 60 cents? Huh? Brother, what do you mean you don't have my tooth, brother? I want, bro. I gave you everything you at the price that you asked for. I gave it to you, brother. How can you not give me the price that I'm supposed to receive back? How can you not give it to me? Huh? So what you doing with the pennies? Asking me that. What are you doing with the yo? You know what? Cause we gonna get back to this. Cause now I'm on some other shit. Now I'm on some other shit. What is being done with pennies? I gotta know. Please tell me what the fuck. I spelled done wrong. I'm tripping. I'm drunk already. Oh, and I put a B. Nah, I ain't that goddamn lit. Yo, please.
News. One other major story that we've been tracking as we take a live look at the White House. By the way, 6:45 on the East Coast, 3:45 out west. One other major thread we've been following this week is the death of the penny. Let's get out to another piece from Fox News where they discuss.
President Trump wants to make the penny extinct.
And we are now.
Who did he say? Who did he say?
To another piece from Fox News where they discuss.
President Trump.
Is this why we go to you houses now and all the flags that we see? Oh, Trump 2024, Trump 2025, Trump 2026, make America great again. Is this the reason why we don't see none of them flags no more? Is this the reason why we don't see none of them flags no more? Please enlighten me. I don't know. I don't. That's why I'm asking, because I don't know. I don't know. I'm just curious. Maybe I'm doing what these other motherfuckers are scared to do. Cause see, what it is, they want to get on here and talk about what they community doing. Let's talk about the facts right now. The facts is, bro. The facts is this why we go there now and we don't see those flags that we used to see? Now you go there, it's an American flag hanging up. No, we want to have the same energy that we had. So what? Please, if y'all can just drop in the chat and tell me, yo, yeah, Phil, hey, bro, dude is tripping. Okay, cool. If not, then okay. I'm that's above my pay grade, and I'm gonna stay in my tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? My tax bracket. Excuse me. I'm gonna stay in my tax bracket. But if that's not the case, please feel free. Please feel free.
Wants to make the penny.
Because guess what? I am a little lit right now. I'm a little lit right now. And maybe I just don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I need help explaining on what the fuck has went on with that. And trust me, I'm not just on here talking shit. I'm not on here trying to send sneak shots and play the sneak this game and send the text under the sun and all this bullshit and go hide behind the shade. I ain't trying to do all that shit, bro. I'm just trying to genuinely ask. What is it now that y'all seeing him that people have been seeing, even in your own community? People has been seeing this in this dude. What is it now that y'all see now? Or was it the files? Was it the files that made everybody like, oh shit, whoa, this dude is fucking out of character. Holy shit. Was it that? Because the dude was out of character, and I've said this shit several times already. And I'm gonna leave it at this, because really this shit really above my tax bracket, and really it's out of my hands, really. So I really shouldn't even be going this far. But look, check this out. The dude was the dude was way out of pocket to me when the dude got on the end of the fucking movie cutscene and told y'all out of his own mouth, out of his, and I'm sure I can find this shit on YouTube right now. But I feel like if I do that, I'll be going too over the edge, and it's gonna draw extra attention that I don't want. I don't want to be. I, but I'm gonna make this statement, and you can go look this shit up yourself if you think I'm capping. I'm not finna. I'm not finna lie about this shit, bro. The man came out of his own mouth on the end of a cutscene. Listen to me. Open your ears. I know y'all probably clicking off on the video right now. Cause y'all like, man, he drunk, he rambling. I don't want to hear this. I want to hear something more exciting. I want to watch something more exciting. So y'all really like, fuck it. I don't really, fuck that. I'm about to go. I don't want to hear this shit. So y'all probably clicking off right now. But listen, the man came out of his mouth, said, yo, yeah, shit. That's his 18-year-old daughter. Yeah, I'll touch her pussy. Yo, if I'm lying, I'm dying right now. If you think I'm bullshitting you, I'm not bullshitting you. You can bro, the man was damn near 30 or 40 when he said it then. He was damn near 30 or 40 when he said it then. He was damn near 40. He was like 40 when he said it then, bro. I don't, listen, if I'm lying, listen, bro, and you damn near about to make me type this shit in right now and show you that I ain't lying. But just go look this shit up yourself. You think I'm lying? If you think, listen, if I'm lying, go do it. If you watch this, you get this far in the video, or you get this far right now, if you watching it live right now, whatever it is right now, go look it up, come back to the video, and say, bro, you capping. Bro, you capping, bro. You just talking on the camera, bro. You lying, bro. You just saying anything for the views. Bro, that's why I don't be watching y'all YouTubers, cause y'all be lying so much. Y'all be capping so. If I'm lying right now, go do that, come back, and then drop in the comments, drop in the chat right now, bro. You capping. Just put a cap emoji right now. Slander me right now if I'm lying. But if I ain't lying, go look it up, come back, and say, damn, boy, that shit wild, bro. You ain't capping. Let everybody know that I ain't capping, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. Just let everybody know I ain't capping. I ain't capping. Now, mind you, this movie that I'm speaking of is almost over 2 decades old. I wouldn't lie to you, bro. When you look this movie up, also, when you look this movie up, drop in the chat the name of the movie, and then drop in the chat or the comment section. Drop in the chat or the comment section the movie and what year it came out. Drop in the comment section, and it's one movie specific. He said this on several occasions, but it's just this one movie, and everybody's seen this movie. That's the crazy part. I asked a motherfucker, "Hey, you seen this movie?" They say, "Yeah." I say, "You watched the end of the cutscene?" Hell nah, bro. That's why you missed it. Cause you didn't watch the end of the cutscene to catch it. That's why you missed it. Yo, if I'm lying, I'm dying right now. I remember seeing this shit bro. I remember, bro. I wasn't even teenage yet. I wasn't even teenage yet, and I remember this shit. I remember this like it's yesterday. Like I just watched the movie I ain't seen this movie in years. I haven't seen the movie in years, bro. I haven't seen the movie, and I still remember the shit right now as I watched it yesterday. That's how you know. That's how you know that I'm not lying to you, bro. It bothered me then when I saw it. And I just told you I was younger then when I saw this movie, and I don't know, this was years ago, so I probably was a little older then. I probably was about teenage when I saw this movie. Well, when I saw this part of the movie. Because I was used to skipping myself. And then when I got older to realize what it was, I caught the end of the scene. And that was the end of the cut scene. It's basically like a blooper. It's end of the cut scene. You know what I'm saying? End of blooper. I ain't listen, bro. You go do that. Come back to the chat and say if I'm lying.
Extinct.
And we are now a step closer to making that happen.
More of the story, I knew then, bro, was a weirdo.
The U.S. Mint.
So all that Epstein, he ain't in the files and all this bullshit. Oh no, he wouldn't do it, bro. He told you he was doing that in the end of the fucking movie 20, 30 years ago.
Thursday, it has made its final order of the materials used to make pennies, meaning it will stop putting new pennies into circulation by early next year. After that, it will be time to start saying a nickel for your thoughts, or just use your card to pay.
We're moving to a cashless society. People use credit cards or debit cards and so on. So the penny is actually not being used as much.
But by 2026, there likely won't be enough pennies to use in cash transactions. So businesses will need to start rounding up, which will raise prices for consumers.
But you telling me, but you saying trying to tell me the price of the bill is going down? But this is what you saying telling me though.
Will now be rounded up to the nearest dollar, which means that most customers will end up paying 1 penny more than they were before.
The move is the culmination of a long bipartisan effort to do away with the lowest denomination of American currency.
That's what this shit about, brother. This shit ain't about, the price of it's going down. It ain't as much as it was worth back then. Brother, you're fucking lying, brother. It's times that. It's many times that. You're fucking lying to me, brother. How the fuck is that the case when they talk about making smart cities? What the fuck you think you need to make a smart city? Peso dinero. You need peso dinero, motherfucker. You ain't doing that just off no god. You ain't going to no motherfucking bank touching your phone on the screen I'm talking about without doing, you know how you hit the side of the button to do the Apple Pay shit, to pay the wallet shit. I ain't talking about doing that. I'm talking about going your phone screen off. I'm talking about if I hit this the phone, I'm looking at the phone. I press the screen off. Screen go off. There's nothing on the screen. No my pay wallet pulled up. No none of that shit. It's black screen. Black iPhone screen. I go to the thing, I tell them, I just want to get $2,000 out. Okay, well, do you have cash? Do you have card or? Oh yeah, I got my phone. Okay, and I don't even think bank take Apple Pay. Fucking, I'm using the case scenario. Case scenario. Bank take Apple Pay. Oh no, I just want to do it for my Apple Pay. Okay, well you go touch the thing. You take the blank screen, nothing on it, blank screen, blank iPhone screen. You take it, you put it on the thing like you about to pay for something. Lady looking at you like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Nah, brother, you ain't, bro. I'm way smarter than I look, bro. And sound sometimes, and just really being my full self. Cause see what it is. Everybody want to get on here and act like they they want to act like who they not. Who they want to act like who they not in front of y'all, or they want to act like they other self in front of y'all. And then when they not in front of y'all, they act like they self. Nah, bro. This ain't that. I'm over here acting like my inner self, and then when I meet and greet you or whatever, then it's the other me. You know what I'm saying? It's more, hey, uh, how you doing? Hey, how your day going today? You know what I'm saying? I'm on that shit, but nah, this ain't nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, it's a lot of shit going on that you need to understand, brother. It's way deeper than what you think. It's way deeper than what you think, and I'm not gonna. And they say they fucked up. They fucked up when they allowed me to have a voice and share. Cause I'm gonna have my voice and I'm gonna share it. And if whoever don't like it, yo, fuck it, fuck it. Hey, I'm like 6'9", bro. I'm by myself everywhere. Literally, I'm by myself, bro. I'm by myself. I'm by myself, bro. I ain't, yo, I've been lied to. I don't. I gotta speak the truth. I gotta speak the truth, bro. I'm one of the ones that been lied to 24/7, 1,000 times a minute, a million miles a day. Yo, bro, I ain't listen. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for nothing. I'm not changing the value of my opinion. I'm not spinning the block around. I'm not sugarcoating none of the fucking sugar bush and strawberry plant. I ain't doing all that, bro. I ain't doing all that, bro. I ain't whether you like it or you don't. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. I ain't fuck. You know what I'm saying?
The penny, worth 1 cent, costs nearly 4 cents to produce, but it still has its fans who say they'd like to see it stick around.
I know that it costs more to make a penny than it's actually worth, but we're big fans of the penny. Keep the penny.
Meanwhile, some business owners who rely on pennies to make a living say they're considering legal action.
Maybe we should take a trip to Washington and ask to speak to President Trump. And
you should. I hope you do. What's your name? They won't even put your
Elon
name
Musk
out
and
there.
see if we can cut a deal.
Lawmakers introduced 2 bills this
I wouldn't even say that shit on. I wouldn't even say that just now. Cause you ain't hear nobody talk about it, did you? You ain't seen it in no media or nothing, did you? I'm telling you, man, this shit way deeper than you think it is. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
year that would permanently kill the penny, but there is no vote scheduled for either of them. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
You know, but all this allegedly, hey, don't listen to me what I'm talking about. Cause you know, I don't know what I don't know what I be talking about. You know what I'm saying? So don't listen to me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You can't take me serious sometimes. But if you would just happen to go in and just twiddle your fingers on the keyboard and look up some things for importance, then maybe you would just happen to just come across a couple things.
Now to the suspected Chinese spy balloon that raised tensions. Between the U.S. and China.
National Reconnaissance Office, NRO, reservist capacity.
Just saying, and guess what? I want to get on something else right quick. Now I'm invested. Now I'm fully invested. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord, we got so much going on right now. Hold on, we got so much going on right now. Hold on. That shit threw me off. Hold on. Hold on. I remember we was going into this deep dive months, damn near a year ago. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. What's the name of that shit? What's the name of that cave? Is it deepest or longest? Is it deepest or longest? Damn, what's that cave called? See, it ain't gonna hit right if I don't. It ain't gonna hit right. See, it ain't gonna hit right. It ain't gonna hit right how I wanted to hit because it's a certain. Who the fuck is that? Oh, girl. Woo! You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. She scared the shit out of me. Uh, uh, hell, boy, I'm drunk too. Shit. Uh, uh, what the hell is the name of that goddamn fucking bullshit, man? Is it the? Is it deepest? Is it the longest? I think it's the long. Is it longest? Man, it's called the something, bro. Longest. Is it the longest? It might be the longest. It might be the longest. This might be it though. It ain't called no Hang Son Doom, bro. Nah, you nah, brother. You bullshit. It ain't called that. It's called some other shit. Them jokers diving? Them jokers that went under there and went into an underwater lake. Son of a bitch. Bro, I gotta okay, so I forget what it's called, y'all, but bro, basically, hold on, cave tour tourist. I got it there. Tourist cave known for rituals. I think it's in. Is it in? Is it in Ohio? Rituals. Is it in Ohio or Colorado, or is it? It's in one of them cold ass states. Man, I gotta find out. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out, man. I'm gonna find out the name of that damn. Cave of people. What? What the hell? What the hell? Nah, his ass crazy. Your ass invest. Yeah, your ass crazy as hell. Bro did this shit 7 years ago. Yeah, bro is off the chain. His ass crazy as hell. Hell no, boy. I damn near want to watch the video for real, cause he got me taken back for real. But I'm gonna figure out the name of that shit, man. I just was doing. I gotta go back. I gotta go back so many videos ago, man. So well, actually, I think they in the live somewhere. So I'm gonna go back in the live, and then I'm a yeah, cause see, I can't. If I see it, I know what it is. I don't even. Let me see. I'm even gonna put tourist cave. Mammoth. Boom. Here it is right here. The Mammoth Cave in Kentucky. That's what it is, Kentucky. I don't know what this is. This sand dune bullshit. I don't even know what that is. This supposed to be the world's largest cave though. Yeah, the world's longest cave system at over 400 miles. I don't know what this is. He capping. Oh, it say largest. I guess this the longest and this the largest. Okay, I see what's going on. And we gonna check him out then. But this is what I'm talking about. The Mammoth Cave. Now, I took now. We've gone on a deep dive. We've gone on a deep dive about this cave before. Let me take a shot. Listen, bro. Now, if you know about this cave, then you know shit. History get a little spicy behind this cave. Now, okay, boom. Let's see. Let's go back into the dive now. What really happened? Happened. Here we go.
In a sleepy
Now, this right here, just to give y'all some context. Now, what's going on?
community in rural south central Kentucky lies a gem of the natural world. Mammoth Cave, outside Cave City, Kentucky, was officially recorded as the longest cave system in the world when 65 miles of caves were mapped and surveyed in 1969. In 2021, there were officially 420 miles of surveyed and mapped caves in the Mammoth Cave system. Mammoth Cave National Park covers an area of 53,000 acres and has been designated a World Heritage Site, as well as an International Biosphere Reserve. It's also one of the most studied karst, or cave regions, in the world. It supports different ecosystems, like terrestrial forests, grasslands, caves, and aquatic waterways, such as above and below ground rivers, upland swamps, and creeks. Visitors to the park can enjoy cave tours, ranger-led programs, camping, hiking, canoeing, and horseback riding. But the natural beauty of the park is not the only reason millions of tourists flock to the cave annually. Mammoth Cave is also said to be haunted. The limestone in the area was formed between the Mississippian and Pennsylvanian periods. Large, warm, shallow seas teeming with sea creatures covered the area at the time. Once the seas dried, however, they left behind the limestone deposits from ancient coral reefs that have since been carved into caves from the raw power of running water. The caves were formed many eons before the prehistoric people first discovered them just 12,000 years ago. However, we don't have any recorded history of mankind's presence in the caves until about 5,000 years ago, when hunters and gatherers from the late Archaic and early woodland periods began exploring the caves. By 1200 BC, these prehistoric people were mining.
But you know what they'll tell you? We start have whatever the fuck you want to call it. We've been dealing with that cave for 20,000 years. Bro, you didn't even know nothing about the cave. How the fuck you been there for 20,000 years? You never knew nothing about it.
Gypsum, epsomite, and other minerals from the walls of the caves, and they did this by scraping the minerals with mussel shells into containers. Evidence of this mining can still be seen in parts of the caves today. These early spelunkers explored the upper 3 levels of the Mammoth Cave system and are credited with discovering the first 19 miles. But these early explorers were not the only people to trek the caves.
Bruh, 19 miles in the beginning of a cave is diabolical. Now, mind you, and if y'all want to go here, I ain't never been here. I want to go though. I actually am going to go also. Um, just to see what it experience and see what it's like. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna go. It's definitely on my bucket list for sure. But um, imagine that though. Imagine you, bro. And I know it's a cool sight to see. And he just showing like regular things, but I've actually watched like tourist videos about like I ain't invested, but I'm kind of invested.
The 19th century, the caves were more thoroughly explored and mined. During the War of 1812, enslaved African Americans were sent into the caves to mine saltpeter for the production of gunpowder. After the war, Mammoth Cave became a tourist attraction. And once tourists began trampling around in substantial numbers, the mummified corpse of a woman was found in the cave. Officials had no idea who she was, but estimated that she was about 1,000 years old, and judging by the way her body was preserved and how it was adorned, she was very well respected. Since the 1800s, 4 more bodies had been discovered in the caves, many of which were originally on display in the early years of tourism. The same African American slaves responsible for mining saltpeter became so familiar with the passages within, they would ultimately become the first tour guides. As more and more tourists flocked to the region, hotels and lodgings sprung up in the area to accommodate the droves. In 1839, Dr. John Croghan of Louisville heard stories of how, quote, refreshed tourists and guides felt after being in the caves for a while. Animals did not decay inside the caves either. Dr. Croghan had tuberculosis, which was not well understood at the time, but he thought that the moist air and constant temperature inside the caves could prove to be restorative and therapeutic for tuberculosis patients. He purchased the cave property for around $10,000. By the winter of 1842, he had convinced 16 patients with tuberculosis to go into the caves to try to cure their disease. Slaves built small huts for sleeping quarters and an experimental hospital treatment facility deep inside the cave. There was an open area where some of the cooking would take place. Oddly enough, some tourists were still exploring the caves during this time. Tourists would report seeing gaunt figures slowly walking around corners, and often reported hearing coughing and wheezing echoing throughout the caves. During the experimental tuberculosis treatment, one patient got fed up and left the caves altogether. At first, the experiment seemed promising, so Croghan began working on plans to build a hotel inside the cave for tuberculosis patients. However, as the months wore on, patients' lungs deteriorated in the damp conditions. Chambers were constantly filled with smoke and ash from the lard oil they used for light and fires. Most meals were prepared by slaves and brought into the cave. By the spring of 1843, after 5 months inside the cave, 5 patients had died of their disease, and Dr. Croghan decided to end the experiment. All 16 participants eventually succumbed to their illness, with Dr. Croghan passing away in 1849. This experiment became called the finest example of authentic 19th century quackery. After Dr. Croghan's failed TB hospital, the land changed hands a few times, but the tourists kept coming. By the early 1900s, even African Americans began coming to see the caves as well. A former tour guide, Matt Bransford, and his wife Zemi opened up the Bransford Summer Resort for African Americans. This was the first time in Mammoth Cave history that African American tourists could enjoy the cave with the same comforts as white tourists. The Bransford Summer Resort was a 14-room hotel that remained in operation until the Bransfords sold the property for $3,000 in 1934. This was to make way for the newly appointed Mammoth Cave National Park. Between 1933 and 1942, the Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC, worked throughout the new park to prepare it for the tourists, including building new roads, planting trees, creating trails, etc. There were 4 camps of the CCC. Camp number 1 was entirely made up of African Americans who worked mostly inside the caves, improving the trails that are still in use today. The CCC was disbanded in 1942 when Congress diverted the money to fight World War II. But the history of Mammoth Cave wouldn't be complete without mention of the Kentucky Cave Wars of the 1920s. Mammoth Cave was one of the most profitable tourist attractions in the area because of its accessibility and proximity to lodging. However, Floyd Collins owned the nearby Crystal Cave. Crystal Cave was hard to find, and Collins was losing money hand over fist to Mammoth Cave. Collins decided to try to excavate an entrance to a more accessible cave, Sand Cave, to compete. During this shoddy excavation, a huge boulder came loose and pinned Collins' leg. This triggered one of the nation's first morbid media frenzies. Newspapers and radio carried constant updates on Collins' condition. Tourists began flocking to see the entrapped Collins. Some wished him well, some prayed for him, and some just came to gawk. Wanting to cash in on the hysteria, hamburger and hot dog stands popped up to feed the hungry tourists. They even started selling souvenirs. All of this craziness was going on while rescuers tried in vain to release Collins' leg from the boulder. And if that wasn't bad enough, another cave-in occurred and separated Collins from the rescuer.
Imagine I get stuck somewhere and a bitch show up talking about he about to cook some hot dogs and hamburgers and wait on me and wait with me until the rescuers get here. Man, I'ma damn near kill that motherfucker on the man. Oh Lord, only in my imagination. My bad. Man, I'ma hurt a motherfucker from that ground. Man, I'm stuck. Motherfucker, you show up here with a fucking grill and some goddamn grocery store drinks. Talking about you fixing, you sit here talking about you fixing to start grilling and wait with me until they show up with your camera out. Man, you don't get the fuck from beside me.
Rescuers could not get medical treatment to him, and after a harrowing 2 weeks, Collins finally died from exposure. Collins' body was eventually recovered and interred in the family cemetery. Later on, Collins' father, who was still alive, sold the property to a local dentist. The dentist somehow managed to get permission to exhume Collins' body. He placed the body in a glass-lidded coffin and put it at the entrance to Sand Cave so tourists could see the decaying corpse of one of the world's best cave explorers. Then, the body went missing. Nobody knew who actually stole it, but it was rumored to be a rival cave owner, jealous of the publicity drawn to Collins' body.
Motherfucker was doing wicked shit like this back then? Are you stealing bodies? Yo, but hey, we on this video to show y'all what's going on out here though. See, y'all thought y'all got away from the fact of see what I'm trying to get you to see what's going on. See, y'all got it, y'all interested in the video and what's going on with Adam and all this shit. You forgot what's going on. Nah, bro, I'm trying to show you this shit get way deeper than that.
Fortunately, the body was found a few days later, although it was missing a leg. The body was placed back into the coffin and was still on display up until Mammoth Cave National Park bought Sand Cave in 1961 and closed it to tourism. Sand Cave was later found to be connected to Mammoth Cave. Oddly enough, Collins was not properly buried until 1989. Most of the hauntings inside the cave are attributed to Collins. As for hauntings and ghostly sightings, Floyd Collins is thought to be the main specter seen and felt by so many tourists over the years. There are also ghosts of African Americans seen throughout the caves. Tourists have reported the ghost of a Caucasian woman with dark hair, tied up in a bun, seen throughout the park itself. While African Americans were mining saltpeter, they often held church services in a large cave room now called the Methodist Church. Tourists have reported hearing voices and singing near that room. There have been over 150 documented paranormal events throughout the park and caves, making Mammoth Cave the most haunted natural wonder in the world. People have seen ghosts, heard voices, been touched, hit, pulled on, and even caught when stumbling. The reports are not just from tourists either. Many park employees and guides have had experiences as well. With nearly 5,000 years of human history, it's no wonder that Mammoth Cave is thought to be haunted. Paranormal researchers believe that limestone and water are conduits for energy required for the manifestation of apparitions. Over the many years of mining and slavery, residual energy is thought to imprint on the rock itself. And there has to be some leftover energy from Dr. Krogan's underground tuberculosis hospital. With such an interesting and varied history, Mammoth Cave will surely be surprising visitors for many generations to come. My name is Scott, and thank you so much for watching. We're a group of curious.
I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to get you to see something here. I'm trying to get you to see what's going on right now. Yo, check it out. It's a lot. It's a lot of shit going on. And if you ain't in the mix, and you don't know about what's happening and what the fuck really going on behind the closed doors and what they trying to do under the bush and all this shit, you don't know then. Bro, listen, it's gonna take you by storm. But if you at least a little aware, I say, bro, a little knowledge is better than none. I don't give a fuck. I don't, hey, listen. Oh man, you think you know it all? Hey, shit, bitch. Hey, I don't know it all, but guess what? I know something. I know something. So I don't give no fuck about what you talking about, bro. I'm asking you this. You can't tell me nothing. You don't have no information. So I don't, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So we listen. Right now, I just took y'all in so many. I took y'all down so many avenues that you got to think about it. You got to think about where was I really trying to take you? Yo, listen. What I said, I I said it already too many times. Bro, this shit get way deeper than that. This shit get way deeper than what you thinking to get. I told you about it. I told you about the shit about what's going on with the vehicles, right? If you drive, you deliver. If you work for any delivery service, if you do any driving for any company, whatever the case is, I just told you what's going on, right? Boom, we got that in the cut. You shook that off. Feds, you went, shook it off. And boom, we came back. I said, hey, look, I'm about to drop jewels on you about what's going on with these missing persons out here. I gave you that one. Then we came back, we got sidetracked, so we had to go over here to the right. Boom, we went over there. Then where we went to, what we did. Y'all remember what we did next? I hit y'all with the Starlink. What Starlink going? What Starlink got going on right now? What now, mind y'all? I didn't hear about all the people going where they went, or it. Rest in peace to them. Ended up how they ended up. I didn't hear about that until the the main one. And shouts out her. Well, I can't
and
remember
passionate.
the name of the creator, but we got to go back to her video anyway, cause she piecing it together. And mind you, what she didn't piece together, I had already pieced something different already. So that's that shit line right up because I had already pieced something together before she was piecing her shit together. You ain't see how I just went in line?
Humans. Create
So that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. I don't, you ain't understanding, bro. You ain't understanding. See, you still thinking that it don't. See, you still thinking somebody just talking. You know what you gonna say right now? Oh, Fear, bro. You talking too much, bro. Just play the video. Oh, Fear, bro. God damn, you doing reactions, bro. You ain't understanding. I'm trying to give you some shit. You It's chill, bro. I see the world around. All that shit so fast. Motherfucker be want to go so fast, right? Bro, calm down. See what's happening, bro. This shit ain't got it like this. Everybody so in a rush. Don't nobody want to take their time no more, bro. Everybody, hey, just check this out. When you go out, the next time you go out and just look around. Hey, don't say nothing to nobody. If you with somebody, I don't care you with mom, dudes. If you with pops, I don't give a fuck if you with sis, I don't whatever, whoever, your girl, your dude, your lady, your man, whatever the fuck you with, whoever the fuck you with, go out next time. Don't say nothing to nobody. Just look. Hey, all I want you to do is just go out and just look around you. Don't say nothing to nobody. If you watching this right now, you family, bro. I ain't. You already know everything that I say to you, bro. I'm not. Listen, I ain't trying to preach to you. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want people to understand. Yo, listen, I don't do all that. Bro, all I want to do is just speak the real shit. I ain't all I'm doing is trying to speak the facts. I don't care about nothing else. It's nothing else that I'm concerned about, bro. I'm just all I'm trying to do is just relate what's going on right now, cause it's a lot of food. There's a lot of fugazi and buffoonery, and it ain't worked up to what you think it is. And see, I don't want people to get to be thinking. See, people get to be they be thinking that it's that. No, bro, it ain't that. It ain't that, bro. You know what I mean? It ain't that. It ain't that, bro. It ain't. I assure you. I assure you, it's not that. It get way deeper than that. You know how you go to your truck or your car and you say, "Damn, man, this shit started to rust up." And you know how it just be that's called surface rust. For some people who don't know. If to my people who know, I know y'all looking at me like, "Duh, Phil." Like, bro, what you talking about? That's common. You would be surprised how many people it ain't common to. People don't know that people see rust and just be like, "Oh, that's raw, my shit rust." Oh, that's surface rust, bro. It ain't. Trust me. You ain't seen your rust yet. You ain't seen what it's about to do to it to that motherfucking about 2 more, 3 more years. You ain't seen it yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. That makes surface rush, bro. But the level that it's about to go to, boy, that shit get deep. That shit get deep, bro. That shit get deep. So, I don't, yeah, listen, bro. Don't come on, bro. I ain't with all that, bro. I ain't with all that. Either you gonna say what's up, you not gonna say what's up. Either that's what it's gonna be, or it's not gonna be that. If it ain't this or it ain't that, bro, I don't come to me talking about nothing else. Because now you gaslighting me. Now you gaslighting me. Now you making me feel like, shit, man, maybe I can trust this person. Alright, now I feel what they saying. Fuck. I bet. Shit, man. Maybe, damn. Maybe they is telling me this or that. Damn, should I believe it? Fuck. Now you got me. Now it's like I'm on some confused type shit. You know what I mean? Now it's like, fuck. Nah, bro. I ain't trying to straddle no fence, bro. Nah, nah, nah. I done been there, done that. Nah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. So it don't matter. It don't matter. But guess what? We gonna take a break from that. We gonna take a break from that, cause I feel like I'm trying to piece it together for you, and it's I'm piecing together for you, but it's kind of like out of reach. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not piecing it together for you all the way to where you like I see where he was trying to take us. Cause remember I told you I was trying to take y'all somewhere. I want y'all to understand what's it's get way deeper than what you think, bro. That's all I want you to understand. If you don't understand nothing else from this screen right here, bro, I might be drunk right now. Trust me, I admit, I might be drunk right now. But you know what they say, boy, drunk mind never tell the sober truth. Boy, hey, drunk mind gonna always speak the truth. Now, hey, so understand what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm not the sugarcoat telling you some bullshit. I ain't just fucking, st- I ain't just fucking reaching out on the limb. You know what I mean? I, I ain't, I ain't just driving up to the door in the rain, and then when I open the door, tell you to get in, I pull off. I ain't holding the umbrella for you. Then when you come out, I close the umbrella and throw it in the portal. I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing all that. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. But I'm telling you, I'm already knowing how it goes. What they say, uh, uh, bro, he just talking. He just saying anything. Hold on. Hold on, that might not be hold on. Is that hold on. Hold on, I see the video. I think this it right here.
This Chad the Builder situation is only getting worse because every time he looks for any sort of support, any sort of helping hand, even from people who he would expect to be supporting him, they are not there.
Yeah, hold on, chat. Hold on, we about to motherfucking get into it.
Gentlemen, I am back from my hiatus of talking about Chud the Builder on this platform because last time we talked about him on this channel, I was celebrating so much that I had lost my voice. But this is the victor. and it's only gonna get better. But I'm here to tell you that all the love and admiration that Chud the Builder claimed that he was getting from his community and other communities by doing the good work that he was doing in the streets and in the community is actually backfiring on him in real time. Those people who were supporting him were just doing it for clicks and views, and now when he needs real support, they are nowhere to be found, and we've gotta laugh about it. If you're new to this channel and haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. This is gonna be a fun journey, and that will go a long way. Keep up with me as we keep up with the worst content creator in 2026, probably in the history of content creation. Now, back into the video. Now, the last time that we had stopped in on Chud the Builder, he did not have any good news. There were claims that there were 12 security camera footages capturing the moment outside of the courthouse. There were claims that he shot 7 times recklessly in a courtyard in a public area where men, women, and children were walking through to go to court. There were claims that he was the aggressor, and none of it is looking good for Chud the Builder in his case, and claimed that it was self-defense. But probably the worst news for Chud the Builder was that the Give Send Go money that he had collected, the donations from his community and his supporters, although still not enough for the then lowered $1 million bond, could not be used to get out of jail early. It couldn't be used for the bond. It just could not be used for the bond. Happy for us, sad for him. Now, we do have a better understanding as to why the judge made the decision to block that, and we do now understand why the donation game is extremely murky for Chud going forward.
He cannot use his GoFundMe money, or pardon me, the Give Send Go money, because that money was not raised for that purpose. And if you use that money for that purpose, it's called fraud. Also, Give Send Go's own policies say that you cannot use this platform to raise money for people who are charged with this kind of crime. So you can't use that money. Again, it was not raised for that purpose, and the policies of Give Send Go say you can't do it.
And that to me makes sense. You can't raise money for your kid's cancer fund or research as to why you have this big hairy mole on your back and then turn around and use it to build an addition onto your house. That's scamming an audience. And if you go to his Give Send Go, you can clearly see that the reason why he started the original Give Send Go had nothing to do with the situation that he's going through currently. He's always been a grifter. He's always been a solicitor. He's always been shaking that cup for those racist dollars. And so he's been had this set up, and it's not gonna work. Now, just as of yesterday on May 26th, his team has put an addendum about the situation on the Give Send Go, saying that all the funds are now directed to his legal defense. But buddy, you've already raised a ton of money. I doubt that there's gonna be any more money coming forward. Wait, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm finding this out in real time that even Chud's like closest support system is total bullshit. It's totally fake. They're actually trying to get over on him. It's disgusting to watch in real time. But now there's been this new operation that has popped up from his spokesperson, person that's been acting as his spokesperson for the past couple of weeks while this situation has been going down. This tweet says, quick announcement, Give Send Go was able to get funds into the lawyer's name and will help greatly fund their legal expenses. This Give Send Go was created to help Dalton and his family with personal monthly bills and expenses controlled by the family. The Give Send Go says, Dalton, etherly known as Chud the Builder, is a dedicated First Amendment auditor and contractor who was ambushed and violently attacked at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee. Them trying to frame Chud the Builder as some sort of civil rights activist is fucking hilarious. He's a live streamer who wanted to get famous by being a dickhead, right? By being a provocateur, not somebody who we should be taking seriously as a looker after of our First Amendment rights. And First Amendment auditor, are you serious? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. That's not what he did. Let's go on. It says, this hardworking and honest man is currently locked up, awaiting trial and facing the possibility of decades in prison. While he fights these charges, this fundraiser is solely for his family's living expenses, rent, utilities, groceries, vehicle expenses, and basic needs. So his family can keep a roof over their heads and food on the table during this extremely difficult time. They go on to pander to the lowest common denominator here, which is that free speech shit. The people that really believe this free speech self-defense. Dalton has spent years peacefully documenting government overreach and exercising his First Amendment rights. Now his family needs to survive while he fights to clear his name and come home. Chud, they are playing on your top game. As is being exposed here by the paranormal Chris, he goes on to say, neither of these fundraisers for Dalton Etherly, aka Chud the Builder, were created for legal expenses for the crimes he committed when he shot Joshua Fox outside the Clarksville courthouse. Both says to help Chud and his family, while one says legal fees to help fight slander. It says nothing about legal fees for all the crimes he actually committed. Also, Dalton doesn't have a family. The mother of his child left him and has custody of his son, and according to Dalton himself, is trying to change his son's last name. I don't know if y'all remember seeing that that clip when he got out of the lockup the first time. He came out and said, yeah, man, my ex is trying to change my son's name. He doesn't want to be associated with it. She doesn't want him associated with all these different things like this.
My son's mother texted me today saying that she wants to change his name. She fears for him. She's like, oh, you've tarnished your name, and I don't want him to have to deal with that.
So what this is clearly indicating to me is that, you know, people are trying to get over on him. This isn't to the fiance that he supposedly had. This isn't to a family that rocks with him. This is a bogus setup Give Send Go that is using Chud the Builder's name to collect a quick cash out. And I don't blame him, because me and other commentators are grittying on his head too. Go ahead and gritty to those dumbass people that believe that he is Christian, he has these ideologies, and that he is trying to get some sort of money. This is what I mean by the support system doesn't really fuck with Chud the Builder like he thought it would. He thought he had these support systems left, right, and sideways, but it's not going the way that he thinks it's gonna go. But I digress. After the bond hearing just last week, a benefactor, an anonymous one, Gypsy Crusader and his company stepped to the forefront and said,
that's the Nazi dude, right?
hey, I'll foot the bill for Chud the Builder. For those of you who don't know who Gypsy Crusader is, he is an online provocateur and racist, just like Chud the Builder, who has been featured on Aiden Ross and other people's streams, trying to get them to say the craziest things, you know, enrage people, all that stuff. He's actually Chud the Builder squared. He's Chud the Builder times 10. Gypsy Crusader took to the internet to say, my sponsor, Duel, is actively trying to bail Chud out. They have the $1 million ready to go. They are just waiting for payment instructions through lawyers. I can't put into words how grateful I will be if they can make this happen. I'm very proud to work with them. Now, I can't actively explain how bad of a platform this benefactor is, this sponsor is, but let's just say that they are Chud the Builder times 10 in a dice rolling event. There's one clip I saw this weekend of a car dealer on the platform dressing in the costume that a mass pew-pewer did have on as they perform said mass pew-pewing. It's a really, really disgusting platform. It's right up Chud the Builder's alley, and I know for a fact that if they did bail out Chud the Builder, that they would put him to work on the platform because they know that they get the money back. But that's the catch. That's where they're going wrong. You can't actually use bond money and bail money to get somebody out of jail and then think that you can put them to work in order to recoup it. That's illegal, right? So they still won't be able to do that. And so now Chud's legal team is crazy desperate. And by crazy desperate, I mean crazy desperate. They are looking left, right, and sideways in order to get some sort of support, funding, and backing in order to get him up out of that box. They want him up out of that box the fast way, right? And so they're turning to anybody and everybody who will listen. The problem is that nobody is. All of the traditional folks that you think would be backing him and supporting him that are white are definitely not doing anything in their favor. Hell, Aiden Ross,
he's a straight weirdo. Like, come on, bro.
And Nick Fuentes have actively been on stream saying, fuck Chud the Builder, we don't rock with him. That's not somebody that I want to support.
Aiden, bail out Chud the Builder and have him fight.
Fuck no. I'm not bailing him out. Absolutely not, bro.
He screwed up royally, and now he is done. First of all, they threw the book at this guy. He's got a record, so there's gonna be no leniency. And then he's got all these tweets. He's got a mountain of tweets saying, I'm inevitably gonna shoot somebody. I'm inevitably gonna kill one of you. How's that gonna play in front of the judge? Not so funny now, huh?
And this only leaves Chud the Builder and his team to do the unthinkable. They now have to tap dance and perform for the black coins in the community in order to get their dollar. It's crazy. In an open letter, Chud the Builder's representation decided to reach out to black people. Black people, go figure, in order to raise money for Chud the Builder's defense team. Now, I want y'all to know that this is probably the lengthiest begging that I've ever seen. This excerpt here, though, is very interesting. Before the pew-pewing, Eartherly was a live streamer. He lost his livelihood after being targeted online and had his professional connections severed. BLM followed him for a year, making sure he couldn't work over a single event. Live streaming became his only way to pay his bills. His content was confrontational and he used language that most people would call offensive. He did not walk on eggshells around anyone. This is the most I hate accountability way to tell this story. Chud the Builder lost any connections, was fired from his job, all these things for being racist on the internet. It's as simple as that. The letter goes on to say, here is the part that matters. Over time, something happened that your work predicts. Black people started engaging with him, not because he softened his language or performed deference, because he didn't. He treated people as people, roughly but directly, without managing them as a demographic. Some black viewers and people he encountered began to respect him precisely because he refused to perform the script. The moments of genuine connection in his content, the handshakes, the real conversations, the mutual laughter are the most human moments in any of it, and some of the most powerful I've seen before. Now, there's two things that stick out to me. One, this is clearly the most AI written thing that I've ever seen seen in the world. It's so nasty that he would use AI as an attempt to, try to free this man or whatever the case may be. But two, Chud the Builder's team is turning to a community that Chud the Builder was openly antagonizing for support. Now, for what it's worth, I believe that you would at least get a few of these coins on your side. Already he has Myron Gaines on his side, who we know that through past videos, Myron Gaines has struggled with identity issues. So I don't even know if I would call him a coin based off of the fact that he doesn't even think that he's black. It's actually pretty disgusting. But I know that there are some others
diabolical work
out there who follow the same type of rhetoric, the free speech stuff, all these other things. But what really shocked me is the fact that even these coins aren't taking the bait. They don't want anything to do with Chud the Builder.
It's defenders. It says just a word. It's just a word. It's not just a word. Well, it's just a word, but it's got a lot of history. But it's an offensive word, right? Let's say I go into easily the most horrible word in any language. But let's say I go into some outdoor concert and it's a country music concert. It's a number of white people, and I take my black ass in there and I start saying offensive things to white men's white wives. And then the husband gets mad. He said something, and then she said something. I said, you know what, you're fat. I don't want you anyway. Yeah. And let's say they throw a punch at me, and then I back up, pull up my gun, and shoot. Yeah. You think I'm justified in that? It's just words. It's my freedom of speech. Do you think I'm justified when I provoke and instigated the entire encounter?
It's a slippery slope for our society, too. What's going to stop a black man from going out there flipping the script? Say, hey, your wife looks like an in-lover.
And a shocking, and I do mean shocking turn of events, which you would think would be some of his biggest supporter, the
Hey, and that's so crazy, bro, because bro, they damn near on the European side all damn near all the time. So for them to get on there and talk about your ass badly, it's over with for you, buddy.
Hodge twins, who for the most of us that grew up watching them through, their workout series or commentary on relationships, have fallen out of favor with them because they have gone the full MAGA coin route, have decided they are going to take a stance. They are not on the side of Chud the Builder at all. The same black people that Chud thought would defend him are now taking a turn and kicking his back in. It's not just the Hodge twins of it all. It's actually worse than that. You have people like Officer Tatum, who is also a known black coin, who is also saying, yo, this guy is stupid. This was weird. It was.
Nah, I don't know who he is. If he an Uncle Tom too, I don't know who he is. But the High Twins, I definitely know. The Myron dude, I definitely know. Sneeko, I know. And this weirdo, right along with the rest of them. I mean, High Twins though, I still follow them. I mean, they just on they on some real shit though. Like, bro, I gotta admit, like, we be on some other shit. We be on some other shit, bro. It's just fact. Niggas just be on some other shit. Negroes be on some other shit. And that's just facts. But am I overly on it? Nah, these still my people, bro.
Avoidable. He should be locked up. I don't understand any of it.
I cannot stand people that spend their time, effort, and energy to go around and live stream confronting people and being disrespectful nut jobs and antagonizing people to get confrontation. And when they get the confrontation, they want to pull a gun and shoot people and do all this old crazy stuff. You cannot go out and instigate a conflict, and then when you start losing a conflict, you want to try to pull a gun. This is self-defense 101. Self-defense is when somebody's attacking you and you feel like your life is in serious threat of bodily injury or death, then you can use deadly force. But there's a force continuum. You can only use equal amount of force as somebody's, presenting to you. Now, in self-defense, if you did not create this situation and you defend yourself, you're good. But if you went out and created a situation, you cannot then claim self-defense once a person retaliates against you. This fool, he looks stupid. But what he's doing is a person that is broken and damaged and that needs attention, they go out and they create environments where they get assaulted so they can be a martyr and they can raise money or they can go viral. Listen, young people, all of that is going to lead you to where he ended up.
Now, as a real content nigga, I know exactly what's going on. The ethos and the zeitgeist is not on Chud the Builder's side. Full stop. And any sort of support would be called out as being fake, disingenuous, and disgusting. And these guys know this. The reason why I'm saying this is because I don't for one second believe that these people have had some sort of real change of heart or they have some sort of new thought or feeling about this. Hell, not too long ago, the Hodge twins were talking about how a word is just a word. They were actually minimizing the use use of the N-word on their platform.
For the most part, in America, we got equal rights. But there's actually a group of people that claim to be oppressed in this country, and they set limits to what white people can say. Like, white people can't use the N-word.
That don't seem fair to me.
Especially when you came up with the word.
Yeah, you invented the word. Give them some respect. Give them the respect they deserve. They came up with the word. But y'all know how sensitive black folks.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. White people did not come up with that word, man. European people did not come up with that word. Y'all be so stupid. That's the thing about it. Motherfuckers be so stupid for real. Y'all be stupid for real. Bro, indigenous people came up with that word about themselves, brother. It wasn't who you think it was, brother. No, brother. They came up with that by themselves, calling themselves that. Because of the white folks, brother. It wasn't that way. Y'all stupid for real. That's the thing about it. If you don't believe me, go do your research. If you don't believe me, if you think I'm just talking, go do your research. And then come back to this video and then say, hey, Phil, bro, you was just yapping, bro. Bro, you don't know what the fuck you bro, you don't know what you talking about, bro. You just talking. Come back to that video. If I'm lying, come back to the video and say that. If I'm not lying, come back to the video and say, damn, bro. You speaking fast, bro. Damn, bro, you ain't lied about that. I'm just saying, bro.
So, and these people are crybabies.
But now, because the times are changing and because people can clearly see through in this situation the nastiness and disgustingness of Chud the Builder, they've decided that they were going to flip the entirety of the script. They are now on the platform in the Chud the Builder situation saying that this use of language is unnecessary. It's disgusting. And they don't understand why he would do this because it's just proving he's an antagonizer.
Like, whenever you have self-defense, you got to look at proportionality and who instigated the confrontation. It sounds like in Chud's statement on the audio said he tried to walk away. That's what he's saying. But there's a lot of witnesses, and if he did not walk away and he instigated the conversation,
he starts saying, ooh, and so, hey, look, he's chimping out. And he calls him N-word. That weakens his self-defense claim.
But the reason why this matters, though, is because I know that Chud the Builder thought that he would have a collective of people on his side no matter what. He thought that he would have all these self-proclaimed free speech advocates on his side championing him for the way that he would go about doing these things. He thought that he would have all of the donations in the world, all the financial backing in the world. He thought that he would have people ride for him. But as it turns out, he doesn't have the support that he thinks he has. He actually has some of the worst support system in the world, which would forever link him to this nasty, downright disrespectful behavior. And the people that he thought would have his back have subsequently turned their back on him, shunned him, and said that, hey, this guy is a weirdo. This guy is stupid. His actions are wild. We don't condone any of this. Now, it's clear that these people are grifting. I'm not giving a dog a bone for wagging its tail here. But I think it's funny that you think that, hey, these guys are free speech advocates. They're clearly going to be supporting me in any decision making that I do. So let me go ahead and just lean to them and see what they have to say. And they're turning their back on you in real time. I figured you would have white people that are conservatives looking at this Chud the Builder situation and potentially turning their back on him. They don't want to align with this nonsense. It's too much on the nose. That's why when Megyn Kelly came out and she said what she said, it didn't really shock me, right? She said that he was dumb and stupid and stuff like that. Megyn Kelly is a Fox commentator, or I think ex-Fox commentator, who disavowed Chud the Builder.
That guy is an obvious racist. I'm not surprised he shot a black man. It was just a matter of time from the look of it. It's disgusting. It's hate speech. I don't think the speech was necessarily illegal, right? Like hate speech is legal, but that doesn't make it okay or right. And he was definitely threatening and menacing in a way that, yeah, could arguably have crossed it over, you know, to incitement.
But I promise you, I was shocked that I saw these black coins take this stance, but it just goes to show how messed up Chud the Builder really is in this situation. Those people that you thought you were grifting with, that you thought you could align with, turn their back on you in real time. And I'm telling you, as I'm starting to see more and more clips of Chud the Builder come out and talk about how he's been feeling about black people, how he's been thinking about potentially ending black lives and whatnot, it's only going to end up worse for him.
Chud the Builder, known for starting and harassing people, starting things and instigating and harassing people, shoots and kills a black man. That's what it's gonna say all over the headline. They're gonna say he was an innocent boy, he didn't do nothing. Let me see it. We're with a weapon. I'm not sparing another one because I did it last time. That guy walking up with a gun drawn, should have blew his brains out that night.
That's why that face in court made so much sense the other day. The infamous closed eye meme when he heard his bond and heard that tremendous number. Because Chud the Builder
My
realized that he was
thumbnail.
alone. He was by
I
himself.
made
There
his
wasn't
ass
going to
a
be anybody to
thumbnail.
really come and support him. Sure, you have people
Pussy.
like Jake Long, Jake Lang, whatever the guy's name is, that came into court and disrupted it, that claim to be supporters. You'll always have people like that. But trust me, they're looking to fight another battle and using you as some sort of stepping stool to get their shit off. They're trying to get their content off. But they don't really care about you. They don't really care about you sitting in some jail cell rotting because you decided to take matters into your own hands and antagonize black people. And I don't think that they should, for what it's worth. But I think that you thought that they would be behind you. And now you're finding in real time that you don't have real supporters. And anybody who claimed to be on the same side of you is flipping the script on you. And I find that to be the most hilarious thing in the world. People are gritting on your grades from your haters. And then even people that you thought were going to be supporters are gritting on your head as well. This is hilarious. Chud the Builder is totally screwed. And I can't wait for this court session to really come underway. It's going to be funny.
I've been told motherfuckers his ass cooked. I've been told people that shit. I've been told people, bro. All that, I don't think he's gonna see this one out, bro. He's definitely gonna see this one out. He's definitely going to see this one out. There's no running from this, brother. He's definitely going to see this one out. Yeah. He won't run from this. You ran and did all that pose and shit with the other ones, but you ain't gonna run from this one. Nah. Nah. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I could do one more, but I ain't gonna lie. I done got a little too goddamn lit. So that's gonna do it for this one. I appreciate y'all for dropping in. We back at tomorrow. Will we be taking shots tomorrow? No, hell no. I don't know though. I probably will, but I don't think I'll be taking. I don't think I'll be taking those shots tomorrow, brother. But nah, man, y'all be good, bro. Be safe, stay dangerous, man. Um, pay attention to what's going on, man. All jokes aside, on some real shit. Pay attention to what's going on, man. Shit is more deeper than shit is more deeper than what it seems. Excuse me. This shit more deeper than what it seems. And if you lackadaisical, thinking this shit bullshit, thinking you gonna go under the radar, spin around the top of the circle, hit the next screen, and get low in the back seat, and push up the front seat, and I get in the trunk and all this shit. You got another thing sadly mistaken. You got another thing sadly mistaken, and I'm here to tell you, do this shit the right way, man. Pay attention. It's all around. It's all around you. It's all you just gotta look. You just gotta look. You just gotta look. But it's there. Trust me. It's right there in front of you. You just gotta look, bro. Once you look, once you peek, you like, "Alright, I see what's going on. I see what's going on." I ain't gonna keep telling you. Bro. I don't keep telling you, but Y'all be good, man. I'll catch up with y'all later on, bro. I love y'all, bro. Go.